Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for being here today. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I am still working on a tarot reading for this week. If you're new here and you're here for this particular review, you probably don't realize that I do tarot readings on a weekly basis, try to do them on a weekly basis, and so probably not your thing if you're here for this review, but for those of you who follow me and regularly support my channel and watch my videos, if you're here, first of all, I thank you for being here and watching this. And second, I will be having a tarot reading up, I'm hoping by Monday. I'm hoping to record tomorrow and have it up by Monday. So I want to get right into it. I am so excited to let you guys know that Flaming Candle now does offer a room linen spray base. And so that's what this video is going to be about. I bought 2 of these 8-gallon jugs of the base. I'm glad I did, because when I just went to Flaming Candle's website to get the ingredients for all of you, I noticed that they are out of stock now. So you can buy this by the pound, which is $4.74. You can buy this 8-pound jug, which is $16.93, or you can buy 40 pounds for $75.18. Now, I bought the 2 8-gallons and I used 1 full gallon and a little bit of this one, but I did add testing and I made 32 jars to put in the shop. So just a little bit of background before I get started. About a year ago, I do make candles and wax melts, and about a year ago I wanted to branch out and add room or linen sprays to my Etsy shop, and I looked into it and I discovered that it was going to require a lot of testing. That was before I realized, and I'm assuming before, maybe, I don't know if other bases were out, but that was before Flaming Candle offered their base. So when I looked into it and I discovered all of the different ingredients, and you know, that kind of intimidated me, because I'm still somewhat traumatized from all the testing for the candles and wax melts. And recently just got to the point to where I really am happy with what I use and the types of wax that I use, where I get the wax from, my percentages for my fragrance oils. I'm just now getting to the point to where I'm like, okay, and even then you still test. There might be a new wick that you get for a new jar that requires all of this testing again, and so I did not want to start another project that required tons of testing. And so I backed out. Recently, I seen this on Flaming Candle's website, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to buy it and try it, and I'm going to see how it goes. And if I like it and it has a nice smell to it and it works well, I might add this to the shop. And so I did buy it and I tested it. I tried it. I really, really like it. It's so easy to work with. And I'm going to tell you and show you the process of how I mixed my fragrance or my fragrance oil inside of the base, and show you what it looks like. Now, the jars that I have on my shop, I ended up purchasing a 4-ounce amber jar, and I really like these. I did want glass, although I should have taken that into consideration with my shipping, but it's okay because I ship candles, so I can definitely wrap it up and support it. But this is what I went with for the shop. However, when I tried to make, or not tried, but when I did make my samples, I just purchased these little 99-cent spray bottles from Walmart, and I tested a whole bunch. I think I have 5 of these around here. I did the different percentages. I will tell you right now, for a linen or room spray, for this particular base, I can't speak for all bases out there, but this particular one, I am on the Flaming Candle website. I don't know if you can see it, but no, you can't. Nope. Nope, 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 you can't see it. All right, so I will tell you that it says, on the website, it says, we recommend adding fragrance or essential oils at 2% to 5%. If cloudiness occurs, diluting your recipe with additional base may help increase clarity. All right, so they are recommending percentage-wise of fragrance oil or essential oils. I use fragrance oil. I prefer fragrance oils. 2 to 5% fragrance oil. So what I did was, this is my 5%, and I ended up testing 3 different percentages. I did 2, I did 4, and I did 5. And I wanted to see, I did the 4 and 5 just to see if there was really a difference between the 4 and 5. Personally, I didn't really notice a difference between any of them. All of the 2 and the 4 and the 5 smelled pretty much the same for me, but ultimately I did go with the 5% just because I want to make sure that it has, I don't know, I just like to push my percentage on my fragrance oils. In my candles I use 10%, in my wax melts I use 15%, and so I thought, well, what the hell, I might as well continue it and do the 5% here. So I ended up sticking with the 5% for all of my bottles in the shop. Alright, so with this base, you don't have to add anything. You're not adding any kind of witch hazel, you're not adding any vodka, you're not adding any water, you're not adding anything. No alcohol, everything is in it already. All you do is you pour and you figure out what percentage of fragrance oil or essential oils that you're going to use, and you add it in there and you stir and you pour it in your glass jar and you're good to go. Alright, so for ingredients, I do want to let you guys know that on Flaming Candle's website, they do list the ingredients as water, surfactant, isopropyl alcohol, I don't know if that's how you say it, and then dipropylene glycol. There's the ingredients in case you need it. But some people like to know what's exactly in their product, which I do list that on my shop because I think it is important to provide that to customers that want to know what's in their product. Alright, so for today's video, I want you guys, as you can see, a lot of people complain, well, I don't know about a lot of people, but I did read on the comment section or the review section on Flaming Candle that some people experienced cloudiness. And this was made about, I'd say a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks ago. And this is the 5%. This is a 2-ounce spray bottle. It's got some bubbles here at the top, but overall it has a nice clear, I wouldn't say it's 100% clear, but it's fairly clear. You can see through the bottle. So this is what it looks like. All right, and that's with the 5% fragrance oil. This is the white tea fragrance oil. Now this is, I think, been remarketed as a different brand. I can't remember if I got my white tea from Candle Science or if I got it from Flaming Candle. I'm not sure, but I think that they took this off the website, but I still had some. I still had like a little bit in a bottle, so I used that just to test. All right, so first of all, what I would recommend is when you're going to be making your room spray or your linen spray, decide which bottle you're going to make it in. For today's video, I went ahead and I bought a package of travel bottles from Dollar Tree, okay? And it came with 2 of these and then a spray bottle. All right, so I bought 2 of these and I'm going to use that for something else. I don't know what, but something. And I'm going to, for today's video, go ahead and use the 2 spray bottles. They are clear, they are cheap, they are from Dollar Tree. I don't know what the sprayer is going to be like, if it's going to be a nice fine mist, like what I want, or if it's going to be a stream. I'm hoping it's going to be a fine mist. Alright, so we're going to be filling these up with fragrance today, and I'll show you how I mix it and I'll show you what it looks like. And this is just going to be for my own personal use. I chose a fragrance oil that I really, really like, which is the Peony. The Peony from Flaming Candle. This is a really, really nice fragrance. I love this one. This is like my current favorite right now. So this is going to be my little secret stash that I use around the house. But if you're going to be making it for your shop, or if you're going to be making it for other people, make sure that you start with a nice clean and sanitized area. You don't want to bring any bacteria into your product. So a lot of people wear gloves. I'm not going to do that for today, but I just wanted to put that out there. Also, it was really nice when I made these bottles here for the shop. I was able to buy, this was a nice way for me to test fragrance oils, because I was able to make my 32 bottles, or my 32 bottles on Etsy with sample bottles. And as you see, I didn't even use all of the 27 or 28 grams that's in this bottle. These are 1-ounce bottles. So I was able to get everything that I needed with just the sample bottles. So even using the highest percent, which is 5%, you're still using a very small amount of fragrance oil, especially if you compare it to how much you might use in your wax melts or your candles. There's a big difference. All right, so what you're going to want to do is figure out what bottle you're going to use, okay? It can be a really huge one, it can be a small one, whatever, and then figure out how many ounces that bottle is. And for these, I had to look on the little cardboard thing here, and these bottles are 2.7 ounces, all right? So 2.7 ounces, and I'm making 2 of them. So if you multiply 2.7 ounces, let me get my phone here. I did the math, but let me just double check here, make sure my numbers are right. So 2.7 ounces times 2, that's 5.4 ounces. So I need 5.4 ounces. I am used to working in grams, so I will convert 5.4 ounces to grams. So and I just use a Google conversion calculator. So 5.4 ounces to grams, that gives me 153 grams. So 153 grams of the base. All right, and then, so I want to do the 5%, so I'm going to take 5.4, and I'm going to multiply 5.4 by 5%, which is 0.27. I'm going to go back, so not even an ounce, so 0.27. All right, so then I'm going to go back and I'm going to put 0.27, and that's going to give me 7.654, so I'm going to round that up to 7.7. So 7.7 grams of fragrance oil for these 2 bottles. All right, so, and I suppose you don't have to do this in grams. You could probably work in ounces. I'm just used to working in grams because I use grams for my candle making. All right, so normally what I would do is I would use my little pouring pitcher. I have a baby pouring pitcher. This is my fragrance oil measuring container. But just so that you guys can see how I'm mixing it and so you can see the mixture itself, I'm going to be using a clear glass. All right, so let me set my scale to grams really quick. All right, so I know you guys can't even see. I'm sorry, I'm going to hold it up. All right, so I'm going to tear it out here. All right, so I'm at 0 and I need 153 grams. My scale that I'm using, okay, that's good. The scale that I'm using, I'm at 151, is a battery operated, or I can plug it in. It's got like a little, like, my thing here is over here where I can see the numbers, and my scale is over here, so it's kind of awkward to pour here and actually be able to watch what I'm doing. This is actually not the scale that I use to make my products. This is the scale that I use to ship my products and weigh my packages, but I didn't want to bring out my dirty scale because it's so embarrassing that I have wax and oil spills all over it, and so I thought, well, you guys can't even see it anyway, so I don't know. All right, so this is 151 grams. All right, so you can see that it, minus my dirty cup, this is like a 10-year-old cup. It was the only thing I had clear. All right, so you can see it's pretty clear. All right, and then I am going to have to use my handy dandy fragrance oil measuring pitcher. And then I need 7.7 grams of the Peony, which is going to be a tiny bit, very tiny bit. Okay, way too much. Okay. All right, so I'm at 6. So it's a little less than what I need, but I'm going to, well, now it went up to 7, so I'm going to take that. All right, it is like literally a drop. I don't even know if you guys can see. Okay, you guys, I mean, it's literally just a little bit of fragrance oil. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour it in here. All right, so it does cloud up. You guys can see that it does cloud up, which is why I like to, I see that some people just pour their base into their actual jar or vessel or whatever it is that they're going to use, and then they shake it up. But I like to mix everything in a container first, and then really get a good mix in, and then pour it into my bottles. So I usually just use, these are my skewers that I've been using for years on my candles and wax melt, so I'm just using these to mix up the room spray. You can use a plastic fork, or you can use a regular spoon. I would just designate that spoon to use for this purpose. I don't think I would go ahead and use that spoon again to eat, but you know, if you want to steal a spoon from the cabinet or the drawer, that's fine. So you see it's taking a minute, all right? It takes quite a bit of time to stir it. I can't remember, I think I put, when I made my bottles for the Etsy shop, I think I ended up putting a 2 or 3 minute timer on, and I stirred for about 2 or 3 minutes. So I'm gonna just put this down and I'm gonna keep stirring, and then I'm gonna go over a couple of other things. As far as the percentages are concerned, what I ended up doing was these bottles here, like I said, these are 4-ounce bottles. What I ended up doing was offering 8 different fragrances, and I did 4 bottles in each fragrance. And so what I did was, same thing as I did just now. I took that 16 ounces, or 4 ounces times 4 bottles, which is 16. And so I took the 16 ounces and I multiplied that times the 5%, which gave me 0.8 grams. I converted that, or 0.8 ounces, I'm sorry, and I converted that to grams, which was 23 grams. So for 4 4-ounce bottles, so 4 of these bottles here, this is about 454 grams. And I say about because I think I rounded up. And then I multiplied that by the percentage, which I'm using 5%, and that came to 23 grams, which is not even a full ounce. Okay, so I was able to get 4 bottles with what I used out of this. So I ended up just then transferring, I used a little funnel, a baby funnel. This actually came with my jars. I ordered the jars on Amazon. I can link those in the description box, but I ordered the jars from Amazon, and each box, I had 2 boxes. Each one came with one of these, and so what I did was I just sanitized it with some rubbing alcohol in between each different scent, and that allowed me to pour it a lot easier, so there was no spilling or anything. And then also, if you want to save some time and not have to use multiple containers to measure your fragrance oil, if you did want to just pour it directly into your base, you can always use a dropper that allows you to not overfill. Pouring a small amount of fragrance oil like that, it's very difficult, you know, so these little droppers are good. I bought these on Amazon. I have like 1,000 of them. I didn't even know, I think I bought them for my wax melts, for the tiny wax melts, and or the wax melt molds, and I never ended up using them. And so when this came along, I was like, I can finally use my little pipettes. All right, so you can tell that it is starting to clear up. All right, so I've been talking here for a couple of minutes, and it's pretty clear. All right, so then we will go ahead and I really didn't think about how you guys weren't going to be able to see anything. Okay. Put this lid on. Let me go back and fill this one up a little bit more. Okay. All right, so we've got our 2 bottles at 5%, a little less than 5%, but that's okay because it still smells really strong. I noticed that the scent is very long lasting if I spray it on bedding or any kind of linen type materials. I do know that on the website they recommend if you're going to be spraying it on furniture or anything like that to test a small spot because you don't want to have it stain. And I think that it's more or less the fragrance oil that you choose to use in the base. I also noticed that I told you I made the white tea. I also made a small bottle of April Downy, and I should have used that one as a sample, but that one did come out a little bit yellowish. So I believe that the different fragrance oils, you know, depending on what's in them, maybe if there's a vanilla or something like that, it might tint the color a little bit, but I would still call it clear. All right, so this is the Peony. And as you can see, it is fairly clear. You remember when I first poured the fragrance oil in there, it was really cloudy, but I mean, I literally stirred for probably not long. It was probably less than 5 minutes, but I did have to stir for a couple of minutes, and it finally did clear up. And then you can give it a shake. I think that on the website, it does recommend to shake it before each use. And so this is what it looks like. All right, let's go ahead and try it. Let me see how these... You know what? It's not a bad sprayer. I don't know if you can tell, but it's not bad for it being just a Dollar Tree sprayer. Like I said, I'm just going to be using this around the house, around here. I love the smell of the Peony. So this is going to be, I think I might even keep one in my purse and spritz my car out once in a while. So yeah, so that's it. So here's your room and linen spray. It was pretty easy given the fact that, I mean, minus all my mess here and not being able to see. But if you are looking to add something to your shop, or if you want to purchase your own fragrance oil or essential oil and make your own linen spray, that allows you to personalize your fragrances more. You could be a person that really likes the essential oils. Like I said, I don't use essential oils. I like the room spray or the fragrance oils, but you can use either one. Again, the percentages, you can use anything between anything recommended between 2 and 5%. I probably wouldn't go over 5% because it did say on the website that if cloudiness does occur, you can always dilute it with a little bit more base. And so I'm assuming that if you were to go over that 5%, then you're not going to get that nice clear look that you're going for. And from my understanding, a lot of people really want that clear look because some people use clear or frosted jars and you can see it, and it's just nice to be able to see something clear. I've got the amber jars that I have in my shop, so you can't really see it, but this is actually what it looks like. All right, and this is the white tea from the other day, so this is about a week old, so it's pretty much the same. two different fragrance oils, so they might not be exactly the same, but it is clear. I have not had any problems with this base. I love it. I can still smell the peony. The peony is an extra strong scent, and it's just a scent that I adore, so I'm going to be probably having this all over the house. So yeah, I actually recommend using or trying Flaming Candle's linen and room base. Unfortunately, like I said, they're out of stock now, but you can always sign up for an email. And again, all you have to do is choose your vessel, figure out how many ounces that you're going to need. You can convert that to grams, or you can just work in ounces, whatever you feel comfortable with. Once you decide what your percentage of oil or essential oil or fragrance oil is going to be, you just simply multiply that by how many ounces you need. That's all you have to do. That's just the easy way to figure out the percentage. If you're going to do, I don't know, an 8-ounce bottle and you want to use 3%, just take 8 ounces times 3%, and then that's going to give you the amount of oils that you need to add. Very simple to do. I'm not a math person. If I can do it, you can do it, and I mean that in all seriousness. Like I said, I like to work in grams because that's just what I'm used to with candles and wax melts, but I don't think it's necessary. You can work in ounces. I absolutely have had no staining on any kind of furniture or anything like that, but I mean, that would be something that you would have to test yourself. But I've sprayed it on the curtains, I've sprayed it on the carpet, I've sprayed it on the furniture in the living room, I've sprayed it on the bedding. I even sprayed it on the shower curtain one day, and I haven't had any problems. I've sprayed it in my car, haven't had any problems or any stains or anything like that. And I noticed that the smell lingers. It lingers more when I put it on an item than it does if I just spray it in the air. I noticed that if I spray it in the air, it lasts, but it only lasts for a short time. And by a short time, I mean I can go and spray it in the bedroom and then come out here and do something, and 10 minutes later go back in there and I can faintly smell it. It's not that strong in the air. It's very strong though when I put it on linens, because I will often spray the bedding when I make the bed in the morning or in the afternoon, and when I go to bed at night I can still smell it. So it's definitely stronger on the linens, but I like it and I will continue to use it. And also I think that Flaming Candle now is offering, I think they have a soap, I think that they have a body spray, and there's another one that they have out. Was it a body butter? I'm not sure, but I'm wanting really bad to go ahead and try the body spray. I really would like to get into making the body sprays, but I just don't have the money to do it right now. This was like an extra project that I really truly wanted, and I did it because I had been wanting to do this for such a long time. But I really do, whenever I'm whenever I have the ability to branch out and try something new, I think the next one is going to be their body spray. And before I forget, they do mention on their website this is not for skin. I don't necessarily think it would hurt. I mean, if you spill some and you touch it or whatever, I don't think that you need to call any poison control or anything like that. But this is not for skin, so you're not using this as a body spray. If you want to do that, then definitely try their body spray base, and that's what I think is going to be on my next to-do list. So guys, this is it. It couldn't be easier. All you do is pour, add fragrance oil, stir, and you're good to go. You have your base. I love it. I can't say enough good things about Flaming Candle. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you're trying the base, good luck. I wish you well. I hope that it works out for you. If you have any questions in the comment section, you can go ahead and ask me, and I will try my best to respond. I'm sorry that you guys couldn't really see everything. I didn't have the best spot to set up here, but I tried. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye.